Hello everyone. Welcome to my video. My name is Arsalan and you are watching Kreateev Designs. This is the short video of our complete training course of Adobe Illustrator CC. In this video you will find all the tools and commands of Adobe Illustrator CC with short details. You can also find the link under description for detailed tutorial of every tool. After this tutorial you will get Adobe Photoshop Tutorial 2 on my channel. So don't forget to subscribe my channel with pressing bell icon for instant notification of new videos updates. So let's start from the beginning. There are two ways to create an object. First, just click and drag. And the second, just click. It will ask you what size you need to your object, let's say at 5 by 3 inches. Go to the selection tool or you can just press the key on your keyboard, select your object and move it. If you hold the shift key on your keyboard and then move it so it will go straight on that direction where you move your mouse. And if hold alt key and move it so it will make a copy of your object. And if you hold shift and alt same time it will make a copy with straight direction. If you hold shift key and then draw a rectangle so it will make a square shape, means all sides equal. And if you hold alt key and then draw a rectangle so it will your rectangle from the center like this, it's increasing and decreasing from the center of the object, same thing as before, shift and alt together so it will be square shape from the center. To know that, go to Window menu, select Transform, Shift F8 is the shortcut key for this. You should remember all the shortcut keys to work fast. In Transform panel we have properties of the selected object. On the left side we have a value of x-axis, means left and right position of your object on page, double-click and scroll your mouse button to change it, same here for top and bottom position. On the right side, this is the size of your object. You can change it from here, let's say at 3 by 6 inches. Now there is button on next to these properties called Constrain Width and Height Proportions. If I activate this option and change the value of any one of them, it will change the both value proportionally. Just double-click it and apply rotation value. Press Ctrl Z for undo. You can also rotate your object manually. Just come to the edge of your object, you'll see rotation icon and move it. Ctrl Z for undo. If you hold shift key on your keyboard and rotate your object so it will rotate with 45 degree on every move. For showing shear work, let's make a copy of this object. Select the object and hold the alt key on your keyboard and drag it. Now let's see the work of shear. Let's apply 45 degree here and minus 45 degree here. Move it slightly. It's make it skew and showing 3D look of your object, and this option is very helpful. We will use it later on our course. We have a rectangle with straight corners. If you want to change it to rounded corner, these settings will help you. Let's change it 0.5 inches, so we have rounded corner on top left side of rectangle. You can change values individually. Or you can link them and apply on only one side, it will change the whole properties. You can also control these settings manually. Press undo first. Here you can see 4 small dots on your object. When I come close to the object, it's showing a curve sign, and if I drag it so corner will be convert to round shapes. If you look here, so there are a couple of boxes called reference point. These showing the point from where your object increase or decrease if you change the size of your object. Let me show you. Go to Edit menu, click Copy, and then Paste in front, Ctrl C for copy, and Ctrl F for paste in front. Now these are 2 copies. If I change the value of this to 3 so it's decreased 2 inches, but the reference point was set on center so it's decreased 1 inch from both sides. Press undo. But if I change the reference point and pick top left so it means the top left point is locked now, and now I decrease the size, it's locked the top position and decrease the size of object from right side, see the difference? So remember, the reference point is also a helpful option when you're creating a graph with very tight measurements. It saves time. This is pi start angle and this is pi end angle. If I change it 45 degrees so it cut it and start from 45 degree, and if I change end angle so it's define on which part it's become end. You can control it manually from this two handles. Again, I must say it's very helpful function for creating a logo or in pie diagram work. This is going to be very interesting. Let's draw a star simply by click and drag. Same properties, nothing fancy here. Now select star and just click so this dialog box appear. Remember, if you apply same value on both radius 1 and radius 2, so it will not create a star shape, it will create a circle shape with some corners like this. So always apply half value of another value like this. Here you have a star. Now the interesting part. Click and drag and don't release the mouse button, just press down arrow key for decreasing sides and up arrow key of increasing sides. One more interesting thing, again click and drag, and this time we hold control key and move mouse inside or outside, so it will gives you more creation. Now notice star is not showing dots like when we create rectangle and polygon tool shows like this. And also there is no option to make corner round of star. To make corners round, here I introduce you to direct selection tool. Select your star and then select direct selection tool or press A on your keyboard. So making round corner dots will appear. Now you can make your star corners round. Here we have a artboard tool. Click it. From here you can change your artboard preset. Make it landscape. You can name here project. Show center mark. We don't need it for now, I don't use this. You can change size if you want. You can add multiple artboard in your project. Select and hold Shift and Alt together and move it. Press Ctrl R for ruler. Here you can change your scale. It's on inches, change it millimeters. If you select your object from selection tool, so you can move your object, rotate and scale it. Same thing if you select your object from direct selection tool, so you can move it, but you can't scale or rotate it. You don't have rotate or scale icons showing here like when we select object by selection tool. So what direct selection do? Zoom it in. Here you can see small dots. These are anchor points when I hover on it. There are 4 points in this object. Select it and move it. Now your rectangle has become an arrow shape. Same thing here, select and drag it. Now notice one thing, when I select this anchor point it's showing handles. You can edit them. But on this object there are no handles. It means that this anchor point have straight corners. And this smooth corners. You can change this corner to smooth corner. Just select it and here you can change it to smooth. Same thing here, select this and change it to straight corner. Make a circle in the center of this object. Now it's become a location icon. There are 2 ways to color your object. Select it and here double click on it and select the color and hit OK. And for change outline color, come here, click here or press X key so it will toggle. Double click and select color, hit OK. You can also apply colors from here. These are predefined colors. Just select both of them, come to Object menu and select Group. Now they move together. If you select your group and change the color, so it will apply on both. Just go to Direct Selection tool, select Object and change it. Another way to do this, pick Selection tool and double-click on Object, so it will be select separately change it. And you also move them separately. Double-click on Empty Place when you've done your changes. Now see it's still a group. Create a oval shape. Select and convert these two anchor points to straight points. Rotate it by holding Shift key. Make a copy of this. And move it up. Create a circle. One more small circle inside this. Change the color to black both of them. So here we have a beautiful eyes. Let's create some more stuff, this time a 3D box. Create a box. Make a copies of this one. Now one very important thing, I want to place this object exactly to the edge of this object. See when I come close to this object, this pink color line's guiding me, that I am touching exactly the edge of another object. This is because I have activated Smart Guide option here. If you don't activate this, so it will not guide you. So always activate this Smart Guide option. Select these two anchor points and move them to this side. Place this at the top. And select top anchor points and move them. Select and group them. Make a copy of this by Ctrl-C and Ctrl-F. Scale it slightly. Then scale it up. So here we have a box with the cap. Change the color of it, so it will clearly look. Now one more important use of Direct Selection tool, if I select this group and scale it so it will be disturb the shape. Undo this. To do this just select this bottom anchor points by Direct Selection tool and move it. So now it's on his previous look. Select Pen tool and click on the edge of S. But remember, whenever you are going to redraw of any object, always work on Zoom Preview, so make it zoom first. Click the first and move to the next point. Now notice the first 2 points are in straight corners, so I just click, but later we have a smooth line, so we click and hold mouse, it will show the smooth line. And remember one more thing, always decide the next step before clicking. If I click here, so it will create a smooth line, but after this I also have to move smooth line on this direction. So when I click, so I will move mouse to this direction where I have to go next. After releasing the mouse click, you can adjust your curve by holding Alt key and move this handle, just like we edit oval shape and made a mango in our previous chapter. Now see, my next line is coming exactly on that way where I had mentioned to go by dragging mouse when I was create previous point. Hold the spacebar key for walk around in your document. There is a disturbance, I can't see my object, it's covered by fill. So always remember, when you are redrawing, put the fill none of your pen tool and just active outline. And make stroke width 0.25 point from here. Now let's continue. Hold Alt key and adjust it. Continue this process by adjusting curves. And don't worry if they are not perfect. Now here we have a straight corner, so we don't need to click and drag. This time we just click and release the mouse button, and adjust only the previous curve. One more straight corner and then again smooth curve with adjust handles by holding Alt key. Keep going. Now again straight corner and also at endpoint, so just click and close the path. Zoom out, here we have our drawing. Move it and make a close look. If found some problems, adjust them with same holding Alt key. And move them for smooth position. Here's some more for few adjustments. Look carefully if there is any other remain. All done, now looks perfect. Okay, that's it. Go to Object, unlock all, and delete. Now the second way to redraw the object. Pick the text tool, let's type B here. Scale it. Go to Object menu, select Lock and then Selection to lock it. None the fill color, and make stroke of 0.25 point of pen tool. Click here and here. Now notice I have curved lines, but I am just creating straight corner points. Now just select anchor points and convert them to smooth, and then adjust them by holding Alt key. Remember, always use Alt key. If you use Control key, so it will move both the sides, and Alt key move only one side. It is also very easy and comfortable method for redrawing. You just have to get idea where is a good position for your anchor point, and then adjust it by his handle. Here we have the outer part of B. Now the inside part, same process here again. You can practice both method and see on which you are comfortable. Here we have. Fill it with red color. We can't see inside object, so go to the view, select outline. It will show you only outline of the whole document. Select your object, fill it, and switch to preview again for normal view. Now come to best part of stroke panel. Make a circle, and apply dashed line. Increase weight and increase dash. Make a copy of this one. Now notice when I increase weight, so it's decreased the center circle area. Make a copy of this one. If I increase size of dash, so they are going thick and reducing number of dashes, and if I decrease dash point, so thickness is reducing and dashes are increasing. Now let's play with these settings. Okay, here we have a nice shape. Now play with these gap setting. This will increase gap between dashes. You can add multiple dashes with different size and different amount of gaps. Make a copy. Corner settings will not work on circle object, obviously. Apply round caps. When you use round caps, so you must apply gap for results. So increase gap, same as before. You can add multiple dash and gap settings. Play with them for exercise. Make a circle. Select Area Type tool. If you click on center of your object, so it will warn you. So click on edge of your object. Then start typing. Your text will appear in your object. You can make any object and fill it with your text. Make a circle and click on the edge of your path. So you can type on the edge of your path. Here we have 3 object. Here we have Align panel. You can also find it in Window panel. There are 6 buttons: horizontal left, center and right. These are vertical alignments, top, center and bottom. Select them and click top align, so they will align top. If I want to align their bottom, so select them and click on Bottom. Now move them for horizontal alignment. Select them and click Left Align, so they will align from left side. Same for Right Align. So select both circle and click on red circle again. See blue line appear on red circle, it means that it's locked and will not move. Align them, see only yellow circle move. There are some more options here. Align to selection and align to artboard, align to key selection is none. If I select key object as before, so it will appear. If you want to align your object to your artboard, so select Align to Artboard, select your object, if you want to align your object on center of your artboard. So it will align your object with your artboard. Same other commands will work. Make a rectangle, click on Gradient tab. Make sure your fill is active, not stroke. Select Liner. By default it's set black and white gradient. You can change the color, just double-click and change it. You can add more colors. Click and drag it with holding Alt key. If you want to remove any color, just click and drag it out from slide. Here you can apply the angle of your gradient. There are many predefined gradient swatches. Go to Window Panel, Swatches Libraries, Gradients. There are couple of gradient swatches. Select Wood for now. Draw a rectangle and apply it. You can also edit them. Let's apply gold. Make a circle and apply it. Make a copy and reduce it, and fill it white color. Make a copy and apply silver gradient. We can also apply gradient on strokes. You have converted to outline. To do so, go to Type menu and select Convert to Outlines. Now it is no more editable text. Apply gradient. Apply silver also, change the angle to 90 degree. We can apply gradient also on stroke. Reduce stroke weight. Here I have wine glass. Select glass and apply black and white gradient. Change white color to black color. Then copy it 2 times. One more in the middle on 50%. Then 2 more copies on right side. Now change this black into white, same thing on this side too. Now change the opacity, this one to 8%. This one 15% and middle one 0%. Change it 70%. This one 15% and this one 70%. And this to 8%. Now one thing when we apply gradient, it's use whole length of the object. We don't need it. So move it slightly out from this side. You can also control the positions from here, so move it slightly here. That's it. Now select these two and apply same property by using eyedropper tool. Bottom part not looks good, it's too empty from the middle. So change the color from black to 50% black. And change also the opacity to 30%. No 25% is okay. If we change it to white color and apply 0% opacity. No 25% is okay. Now come to upper part of the glass. We don't need to apply gradient and fill, we apply gradient just on stroke. None the fill property. So here we have a wine glass. Pick Rotate tool. When I pick Rotate tool, so you can see a blue color mark on the center of the object. This is called pivot point. This is the point from where your object will rotate. Click and drag it with holding Alt key and release mouse click on the bottom edge of object. So this dialog box will appear. Now see my object is rotating from the bottom edge where I placed my pivot point. Apply angle of 15 and hit copy. Now press Ctrl D. Ctrl D repeat your last transform command which you last applied. So here we have a nice flower. Make a circle. Now a small circle. Align it to top and center with circle. Now select small circle. Pick Rotate tool. This time I have a key object and I want to rotate it to key object. So I will place pivot point on the center of my key object with same process. Click and drag with holding Alt key. When I come near to center, my smart guides will indicate me that I am on center of the object. Release mouse button. A circle have total 360 degrees, and if I want 6 objects, so 360 divided by 6 is equal to 60, means I have to rotate my object on 60 degree. Press Ctrl D for repeat. Type text here. Change the color. Make a copy of this text and then reflect it. Now apply gradient on reflected object. Change color. We will use opacity command for reflection effect. It will work so good on it. Move it down slightly. If you want to scale only anchor points so you can only move it from Direct Selection tool. You can't scale it. So Scale tool will help you to scale anchor points. Select Anchor Points by Direct Selection tool. Now scale it. Make a copy of this. Select both of them and put the pivot on center. Then scale it down with holding Alt key. Press Ctrl D for repeat. See, it look like so good. But there is a problem. The tree which I place first is looking behind, so it's not look real. So we have to send it back all the trees. It will take time. So we will not do this like this. Delete all expect last two trees. Now scale it up and then press Ctrl D for repeat. Now it's look perfect. Press undo, select two trees and place pivot point on top. Now see, it's look like we are looking these trees from the top. Press undo. This time place pivot on bottom. So it's look like we are looking from the ground. Same here if I place pivot on left side. There are so many types of predefined brushes. You can load from here. Apply them. They are so beautiful. Drag it to brush panel and select Art Brush. Now use brush. Come to Settings. Select Tints. I have selected brown color on my strokes so it's showing light tones of brown. And if select Tints and Shades so it will show light and dark both tones of my selected color. But when I go to Hue and Shift so it's change randomly. Create some lines. Apply stroke style. And apply random stroke weight. Create brush from it. You can use it for text as well for headings. Editable text and gradient objects don't support to any brush. Drag your text into Brush panel. Create a circle and apply Text brush. You can apply this text brush on any shape. This will help you on creating magazine pages. Type ? Convert it to outline. Remove some anchor points. Now apply brush on it. Create one more brush through that object. Because this time we will use other settings. So we need another brush for this. Reduce size, reduce spacing, apply rotation to path. And hit OK. It's look good. Create a circle. Delete it half. Create a copy and reduce it. Rotate it. Now reflect it by transform each. And hit copy. Pick Shape Builder tool and remove lines. Drag it to Brush panel. Make a rectangle and apply chain pattern. Go to Object and apply Blend. Again, create a shape. Select both of them and apply Replace Spline. Double-click on Blend tool and increase steps. Now here we have very nice creation. If you want to change settings, go to Blend and apply Reverse Spline. So it works same as we did in Gradient panel. Edit it. We can edit both our blend objects and our spline. Make a copy and reduce size. Now change color. Select both of them and apply blend. Increase steps. Now select it and scale it down. So here we have a 3D look text. Select it and move it. It's showing top view. Move it up. Left side. Right side. You can place it where you feel good. Make a circle and adjust it from Direct Selection tool. Direct Selection tool is very useful in this type of tracing, so that's why I am using this. Move it, pick eyedropper tool and fill it. Now add lines through Mesh tool according to image where we need shades. We need vertical lines. When we add first grid, so look closely and click on horizontal line for adding only vertical lines. If click on empty place, so it will gives you both horizontal and vertical lines. So click closely. Now apply white color by selecting anchor points from Direct Selection tool. But we don't need this white shade very long. So add more lines in bottom area. Adjust these lines by Direct Selection tool. Select these anchor points by Direct Selection and pick the color from eyedropper. Add more points here. And pick color. Now come to that side and select points. Again, pick color from here. Now we saw color palette like RGB and CMYK, but there is another one called HSB. Means hue, saturation, and brightness. This is very helpful in this type of work. Let's see how it's work. Select anchor points, now add some darkness or brightness. This part is very dark black, so pick some bright color from here. Now increase brightness, add some saturation. Top part also needs some shades, so select them and change it from HSB. Change here too. Now we need some brightness at the bottom. So add some points and apply white color. But it's very bright. So pick some other dark shades and adjust them by HSB. Now looks good. Come to upper part and create this by pen tool. Apply mesh tool also here. Use HSB for shades and darkness. Okay, done it. Try yourself other stuffs like mango and banana, etc. Create a circle, apply size of 300 points by 300. Now make copy of this and apply size 200 by 200 points. Now select both of them and align it top. Make one more copy and align it to bottom. Again one more copy and align it to left and center. Now select this outer circle, make a copy and make it 100 by 100 points. Now select all of them and drag it down with holding Alt key. Press Ctrl-Alt-Shift-D for transform each and rotate it to 180 degree. Now we have to place it here. This top edge to the bottom edge of this small circle. Look it closely in outline view. Now pick Shape Builder tool and select Color. Now just drag it. So it will create one shape where you drag your mouse. Now pick another color and same process. It will create shapes. And remember, when you pick color you already selected Shape Builder tool. Okay, it's done. Now apply gradient. Create some shapes on your artboard. Click here for Layers panel or go to Window menu and find Layers. So here we have 4 objects in our layer. If you want to select them all, so we usually use Ctrl-A, but if you click here so it will select all the objects in your layers. If you click here so you'll have selection of your object. And here you can hide or show your objects. If you want to lock your layers, so click here. You can create new layer from here. Now if you want to move this star to new layer, so select it, come here to corner and drag it to new layer. There is one very useful option here. Select star and come to the show and hide icon, click here with holding Ctrl key, so it will show you the outline view of this layer only. See, other layers is showing their normal view. Now create a star. Select star and click here, make mask. So only that area will remain appear which is covered by star. But you can still select other objects. And edit them also. Now see, these are different objects on one layer. If you want to make them separate layers, so you can make it by one click. Select layer, click on options and select release to layer sequence. So here we have separate layers for all objects. If you want to export your all object but you want it separate file, so you don't need to export every object separately, select your layer and click on Export. If you select any object so this buttons will active. Generate a single asset from the selection. Click here so it will generate it. You can go with one by one, or if you want all objects. So select all and click here on Generate multiple assets from the selection. We don't need this one so delete it. Here you can select format like PNG or JPG. Here you can apply size. By default it's 1x, means original size. Now just click on Export, go to Directory and create folder, then select that folder where you want to export files. It's done. Let's see files. So here we have all files separate. So very first question is, what is the standard size of business card? It's 3.5 inches by 2 inches. Pick the rectangle tool and click on Artboard. Right now scale is set to points. Change scale first. Press Ctrl Alt for ruler. Now select inches. Make a rectangle of 3.5 inches by 2 inches. This is the final finishing size of business card. Create a copy of this and make it 3.25 by 1.75 inches. Why we need this? Because this is the area in which we place our content. We will not place our content from outside to this box. Now very important thing, what should be the size of this text? So always apply size between 12 to 14 points, which is good for this. And size of designation should be between 8 to 10 points. Same size to contact details. Now talk about color scheme. So the best color scheme for business card is to use same color combination of your logo. This will make your design very eye-catching. Always remember perfect placement and color scheme make your design eye-catching. You don't need to go very fancy. So here we arrange all our content. Open color swatches. Select this blue color first. It's showing this blue which we is used for this object. Double-click on it. It will show color details. This color is created by cyan and magenta color combination. Now select this orange color and double-click on it. It's showing its percentage. It's magenta and yellow color. And this black is 100% black. Come to Window menu and select Separation Preview. You remember I explained in first chapter that printing process supports CMYK color mode. Every color should be created by these 4 colors. If I hide cyan color, so our design is not complete without cyan color. If I hide magenta, so it's still incomplete. Same thing with yellow and black. Double-click on it. Come to this drop-down menu. There are 2 types of colors, process and spot colors. By default every color come with process colors. Means CMYK. And second is spot color. Select spot color from here. See in Separation Preview window blue color is added. Same thing apply to orange color. Now check our design by hiding colors. See hiding color not affecting my design. It will complete without cyan, magenta, and yellow. These marks are called registration marks. Come to registration marks. These marks play very important role in printing. Come to separation preview. Hide all 3 colors. We have 3 color design, so we need 3 plates for printing. Every color plate will look like this. These marks are always give in every color printing. So printer just follow these marks for perfect placement of your every object. He don't need to measure or look original design where they are. If this mark comes edge to edge on every color printing, so it's mean your design is going to print perfectly with same placement where we put them. And these mark are also indication of cutting mark too. Okay, move back to our design, make a line and remember always apply 5 mm length, 0.25 points stroke width and registration color to stroke. Align it to top left. And then move it to 7 mm, make a copy and align. Now copy all marks and align it to bottom. Move it to 7 mm down. Select this one copy and paste it. Align it to left bottom. Move it to 7 mm. And same process as before. Done. So here we have training course of Adobe Illustrator CC come to an end. Let me know in comments section how much you found this helpful. If you found my videos helpful, so must like it and share it. Also subscribe my channel with pressing bell icon for instant notification of new videos updates. Thank you for watching. See you next time with Adobe Photoshop tutorials.